Hey guys, I am currently looking for a possible trade on OCGN. It held the bottom here. Let's see. $106 still holding pretty well. Not sure if we're going to break past that. That was a nice bounce off that low. Maybe we'll crack for a second. Anyway, guys, good morning. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. It's 9:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We still got plenty of time here before the market does open. So there's absolutely no rush. We'll get started with talking about some of the day trades we're looking at shortly. But OGEN is one I've been trying to trade a little bit pre-market. I was a little bit distracted pre-market working on Trade Journal, catching up on some things there. So I think that's probably why I was a little bit off cue on OGEN. But you know, I like what we're seeing. If you guys are watching this on playback, don't forget in the video description below, we got all the timestamps there. Ooh, see those big sellers there? Got to be careful for sure. Yeah, internet seems to be having some issues. Classic. Nice momentum we're seeing here. Oh man, this is killing me. I apologize, guys. The stream has no internet or bad internet. This is pretty much the most painful thing for me and everyone else. It's just the way it is. It's also totally messing up my trading. Yeah, we're dropping a lot of frames right now. All right, guys, I'm going to call Vodafone quickly. I will be put on mute, and I'll be back when that happens. In the meantime, I'll be updating the chat room based on how things go. All right, hold on. I am still working on this. Bit of an unnecessary start to the day, but that's just how it goes sometimes, huh? All right, all right. I don't know really what to say, guys. I really apologize for this. This is pretty much as ridiculous as it gets, but that's just how it is sometimes. That's live for you. Again, I do apologize. We're still having streaming issues. This is big news here. I just wanted to share quickly. Congress affirms that Biden wins. This is really, really big news. This basically means that Georgia got the two Senate seats. So now Congress is officially, you could say split, but really, since the vice president has the deciding vote, the Biden-Harris administration can really get a lot through. So I really want to highlight this. We'll see how this affects the market today. I wouldn't be surprised if the market was a little bit up. It's been kind of going up on most Democratic positive news. So you kind of see across the board, this is really important information. Also, kind of notice here, guys, that right now, the market's going to open in 2.5 minutes. So I just want to kind of keep that keep us informed about that. It's getting really close. And right here, Senate Chamber Vice President Pence escorted out. Here's a few things that happened yesterday with the storming of the Capitol. This is just absolutely crazy. So unfortunately, we don't really have the time to go through a lot of this news. But I mean, it's just like across the board. I mean, you're seeing like such ridiculous news. We got this guy really, chilling here on Nancy Pelosi's desk, and I think there's a few images that really highlight the hecticness of yesterday. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Everyone's talking about it. Not so peaceful transfer of power. So, I mean, that's really what everyone's going to be talking about without a question. So I did want to quickly talk about that. I mean, just in case anyone was not aware. And you could see a lot of the top trending articles right now on Google that we was kind of review quickly. It's all very related to the Capitol and what kind of was going on. So this is big stuff, guys. Definitely worth an article reading here. So I just wanted to make sure we are all aware of that. Anyway, the lead gappers today, not really anything too interesting. We got OGEN kind of popping up here a little bit, making some moves. We got SOS, NCTY. All these tickers really aren't performing too hot at the moment. Internet just went down again. So, yeah, here you can check out all the information. Remember, the watch list is always in that first pinned comment below. So I'm going to get started here, kind of focus on the market. I'm probably going to take the market open very, very cautious here because the hecticness that we had to go through this morning was just really not something you want to get into very aggressively. So good luck, everyone. Here we go for the market open. Hectic stuff. Good luck, guys. And CTY is so overextended in my eyes. But it has that 2 million float, so it does have that spikeability. That's what I like about it. OGEN, making a really nice move out of the gate right now. I would probably give this one to like 1-2. Let's see if we can see some good support in that 1-2 zone. And then we'll see how far we can go from there. There's going to be some interesting resistance along the way, but we'll see here. Quick sell-off right now. If this ticker... Wow. 10% dip would be right under $1, but no time for that. Whew. This is insane. Let's go ahead and switch the top gainers here. Let's go back to SOS, making some good moves. OGEN looking kind of sketchy. So SOS with that 7 million flow, Chinese market cap, Chinese medical care facilities. Looks like they're trying to expand to digital asset security industry. Kind of interesting for medical care facilities. So looks like they're probably going to do whatever it takes just to kind of push some news around. So that's why I'm a little bit skeptical with SOS. OCGN really close to cracking $1 right now. Big question here, is OCGN going to crack $1? I have a limit order here for 99. Any move over 1-2, I'd probably take some profits if that's possible. I don't know. We'll see. It's been a big sell-off so far. Looking for that move over 102. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, but just, you know, being calm and collected, trying to be calm and collected right now. Look at 102 has a lot of sellers. Let's see if we'll have that one last attempt to break above it. I'm going to try to go out here. Take some risk off the table a little bit at 101. Wouldn't be surprised if we broke to 102, but I'm going to go. This could be a rebuy, but I'm just going to play it by ear quickly in terms of, you know, just being a little bit careful. Next big support zone right around 96, where we are right now. Could see that break of 96. Then we might enter some territory that's a little bit more attractive for maybe a secondary trade. SOS is looking so clean. Man, there's so much I have to worry about right now. Just with the streaming and whatnot. I like this upside of 4 on SOS right now. Big resistance right there at 4. So let's see if we can run up there. Maybe we'll snag some sort of decent entry in this area. I'm going to try to go long 1,000 share size. Colby's saying last time SOS had some BS news they did an offering the next day. Yeah, that's usually why I'm very skeptical on trading tickers on a multi-day run, but so far it's looking good. Good volume here. See if we can get an entry around 43. That would be a pretty healthy pullback. Got to watch out that this ticker has flushed pretty aggressively in the past, so that's probably the one thing that's making me a little bit nervous here on this ticker. But other than that, it's in a nice healthy uptrend right now. I'm over here mixing up OGEN, OCGN. OCGN, I think, is just like ingrained into my head. So OGEN just doesn't come my tongue the same way. So it's just a bit weird of an overall kind of experience there. SOS, great move here, great pullback, good action, quick resolution. Everything about this ticker I really, really like. We're just up a tiny bit right now. It's been a pre-market. I gave back some profit. I was very sloppy with OGEN. So finally, I'm back in the green on a small trade with OGEN on that. I think there is a chance that we might have a bigger pullback, so I'm going to go ahead and put an order there just in case. Overall, our swing trade portfolio is up nicely today, led by BFT, GOEV, and SSPK. Those are the top winners right now. SOS, really, really nice move here. I didn't get aggressive enough. Sometimes it's really difficult when you're so distracted on so many different fronts. But SOS really, really moved nice here after hours and then into the market open. Just really consistent stuff. Pre-market, it did pull off kind of aggressively here in this area. And since it was so thickly traded, I feel like it was kind of having a hard time really amounting to much pre-market. But now it's really kind of showing its power. And we saw this on the last rally to the upside here. This was a really, really good run, around 100%. So this rally was very, very solid. So if we can get a similar rally here on this second leg to the upside, which it looks like we might be getting, We have plenty of upside still to go. With major resistance, I would probably say first at 4, like we were talking about earlier, and then at 450, definitely an area to be watching. Plug is making some big moves as well too. I gotta say, this is really impressive. This ticker always impresses me. I'm always way too conservative on that ticker, and then it just always outperforms. NCTY looks like it's halted. Keep an eye on the 5-minute guys on SOS. Really good 5-minute chart. $4.15, the former high on SOS. First bigger pullback right now on SOS. Let's see, or potentially bigger pullback on SOS. Let's see how this one performs. Nice hold on around 369. Some sort of 5-minute setup would be ideal to look for. I was kind of curious if SOS was going to be getting halted, but so far it's looking pretty healthy. Wow, great continuation instantly on SOS. Really good to see that activity there. Right now we're on 1, 2, 3, 4 5-minute candles setting up. There's that break. I think we hit a high of roughly 408 or so, 410. OGEN being called out. Yeah, it's coming back a little bit, OGEN. Nice run there, 9%. Sloppy Sally turned Butchy Betty. Butch Betty. I don't even know if that's a good or bad thing. Oops, clicked on the wrong thing. SOS could be setting up. Gotta watch out with FTFT. It does sometimes have these kind of very ferocious pullbacks. Even on the upside, a big aggressive move is, like 10% to the downside is no stranger for this ticker. So just, kind of keep that in mind. That would be all the way down roughly below 2.4. So a little bit of point of concern, I would potentially argue. But, it's just a fairly fresh rally. So we'll see what we can get out of it. Right now, I mean, that was a 10% dip as well. So if we, 10% dip again would put us right here in this 203 area. I'm just going to leave that line just as a reference. I know it's super irrelevant looking and messy, but sometimes just to remind myself, this thing does flush. Don't get overexcited. SOS right now pulling back. Not really too much though. There goes SOS. Long SOS at 369. Maybe we'll get another fill here at 67. Yeah, it's struggling a little bit though. Yeah, it's still selling off here. Got to be careful, guys. So SOS, I'm looking for that move back above 77 would be ideal. Five-minute setup. See if we can get that move. Boom. Okay, we're out of that one. Quick profits there on SOS. About $230 on that one. Nice, there's that bigger break. That's what I was originally hoping for. FTFT still creeping. So let me know if you hear this, but question on how do you know if the stock is on the backside or upside, backside or front side of move? And if the stock's trending above VWAP and trending above the 9 EMA, it's on the front side of the move. If it's trending below VWAP, below the 9 EMA, that's 100% the back side of the move. If it's trending below the 9 EMA and it's above VWAP, that's the pivot point, right? It could be just entering the back side of the move. Good question for sure, though. SOS pulling back still a little bit here. Long SOS. $2,500 shares again. Gotta watch out. This is, potentially on the backside move. That was a strong sell-off there, so I do want to be careful. Doesn't have the best 5-minute setup, but I'm gonna take profits on this one because it's not my favorite setup. So I'm just gonna kind of get out of it, and then we'll kind of go from there. It does look pretty good though. It does look like it has some good upside potential, but just not my favorite. So I want to be careful. Wow, look at that flush. And CTY looks heck of an interesting ticker right now. If I was watching this one a little closer, I probably would have maybe considered trading it. We got out of SOS just in time. Yeah, so this one never actually ended up pulling back. So this was just overly cautious on my eyes, but I still felt like being overly cautious on FTFT was probably the way to go. Right now, the lead gappers here are PLUG, NCTY. Let's just go down the list, just kind of look at them together. PLUG, Plug Power. This ticker has just been absolutely crazy. NCTY, bit of a hectic one, but $284 million volume. That's pretty legit. We got SOS. This is the one we've been trading primarily. We got CBAT with that big sell-off at the open. I'm not sure if we're going to keep trying to trade the CBAT, but it is kind of moving back here. Could see some upside, but look at the volume. It's not too interesting. OGEN. I say it wrong every time. Sorry, guys. Talking about off my rocker today. Interesting ticker for sure. Heck of an open there. It had that 10% sell-off, and then it bounced here a little bit. This is where we had our trade on. It walked away with like a 2% profit, had a bigger size on it. That's pretty much all there is to say. So these are really the primary runners at the moment. Just kind of going back here, NCTY I think is good fun to watch. I just don't like the way the volume's forming. XNet is being called out. Let me just highlight this one. Only has $40 million volume, but man, really nice upwards trend here. Let's check out the daily on XNet, and it looks like they are also lacking a catalyst, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely have some upside here to about 5. Well, we're almost there. So if you want to get long on this ticker, you might want to do it real soon. So I'm going to watch this one right now. Oh yeah, there's that break. Actually, I have over here kind of like 525 documented. So yeah, it might even break that, go to like 6 or so, but that's a little bit more risky at that point. That was a big break there. That's buying near the highs on XNet right now. SOS could be a quick trade. There's a big sell-off there. Have support around the 9 EMA. If it sells off one more time, I'm going to buy it. I was trying to get it at the 40s. It doesn't look like it's going to sell off one more time. I would be closing out that trade pretty much right now. But it might dip. Look at this. Kind of kissing 433 again. We got another 20 seconds in this minute. It already tried to rip up once. Maybe it's going to try again, or it's just going to give us an entry. It's to say, but 5-minute support definitely is here. Yeah, so NCTY, look at that. Didn't really mount to too much. It was a decent breakout here, but I didn't buy this one because the volume in general was not too nice. Multi-day runner, which is kind of impressive on a ticker that doesn't seem to hold its highs ever. So if XNet does have a bigger sell-off, I would probably consider buying it on a break of 4.8. I don't know if it will, but SUNW being called out for a good pullback opportunity. Oh yeah, very nice for sure. Good. I'd be careful with SOS. I wouldn't buy it now anymore on a crack of 3-4 because it's a different trade at this point. Just trending below VWAP, very dangerous. There goes the crack of SOS. XNAT with that break, but it didn't really get as low as I was hoping for. It may have hit 79. If we go below 80, I would probably consider buying this one. I tried to buy it, but I missed it. Good bounce there. See if we can get long at 83. No, I think we missed it. Did it perfectly. I should have had an order to go at 79. I'm going to cancel these two orders. SOS selling off again. Could be seeing the 20s pretty soon. FTFT being called out again. Oh yeah, really nice. Pretty obvious. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? That was a 20% pop just now. This is going to be on a lot of people's scanners right now. Keeping an eye on FTFT, guys. Really nice pop there. Could easily pop back above 3. FTFT. Future FinTech Group. China Copyright Protection Center has accepted company's application for applied blockchain technology related software copyrights. Okay. It's kind of jumping on the bandwagon here a little bit with all the news. Nice support though, roughly around 2.9. So let's see if this area holds. This could be a great setup here for another spike back to the upside. 292. Some support coming in there. I'm a little bit nervous with this 5% dip potential we have. We've seen some bigger pullbacks on this one before. If it goes in the 80s, I'd probably do smaller size on it. See how well it holds. Held pretty well. New candle coming now. right, that was quite the flag pattern. It was FT. You can kind of just feel it in the order book. Like this was super undecided where it wanted to go. That'd be quite a big wick if it went down to 2.8. So probably for the better that it held. SOS trying to pop back up there. Gonna remove my limit order for now. It looks like it could have a bit more aggressive pullback any moment. Small size at 73 if we can possibly do it. I kind of doubt it's going to go in, but I think this one has good potential to kind of consolidate here a little bit. It is a little bit wicky, so I think we might be able to get an entry on one of the quicker moments. There's that first move in the 79s. I think, like me, a lot of people probably had some limit orders in that area. I just kind of feel like we might get a second move, so that's why I removed my limit order from that area for now. And this bounce is struggling, but you know, anything's possible. It could go quick at any moment. 10:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What a crazy, kind of hectic, different kind of day here it has been. 280. There's that second move. Let's see if 25 cracks. I'm going to give it one more attempt here. There we go. Officially long this ticker. Whoa, bigger move. Yeah, so we entered too soon. I think upside right now is kind of limited to around 2.8 at best. Sell pressure still definitely there. So we want to manage this position. Yeah, much more sell pressure than I originally was expecting. I think it's going to be tough for this one to really get back above 2.7s, the mid 2.7s. It's still very much struggling, this ticker. Let's see if we can manage. It's a little bit unfortunate there. Boom. All right, so we got out. We took about a $200 loss on FTFT. You know, I just tried to move the order away, but I didn't get it in time. So I was trying to go to 69 just now when I saw that support came in right in the order book. Yeah, we could have maybe took some of the losses off the table. I held it too long. I should have closed it and then maybe even re-entered on that dip. That was an honest mistake on my end. So, you know, I got to pay for that. That's just how it goes. Let me fill up my tea. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, let's go back here and kind of check what's going on. Ooh, NCTY had quite the sell-off there, but it's kind of forming a bit of a rounded bottom. Might come back. SOS doesn't look too interesting anymore at the current time. I think SOS is our biggest winner, followed by OGEN. Wow, I didn't look at it and I say it wrong. XNet with a great pullback here, absolutely amazing. We were originally talking about this zone where that crack of 4.8, it happened, and then instantly swung back up. I don't really like the price action anymore on it, but that was a pretty sweet move. Look at FTFT now kind of coming back here. It is fading in volume, though, a little bit. It's unfortunate that, well, you know, we sold at 68, so we kind of got chopped out right in the middle of that candle. It's a little unfortunate. We could have, you know, maybe just walked away with a smaller loss. Especially for a ticker that, you know, is officially green or, you know, back green. All right, let's see. Oh, what a day. I think we'll probably end the day early at like 10:30, and I'm not going to talk about swing trades. We've been talking about quite a lot lately, so I'll probably just not do that today. I know it's been a hectic day, guys, today. I mean, the market, yeah, but overall, specifically with the streaming, so I do apologize that If you did still, get some value out of this or have fun in the chat room, because I know the chat room's still on fire, don't forget to drop a like. I really do appreciate it. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I mean, usually, we don't have this many internet issues. I am getting a second internet provider, so hopefully if one internet provider is down, I can switch to the second internet provider. Not just is it going to be different providers, it's going to be a different connection. So one's going to be glass fiber. That's the one that's always down for some reason. And then my second connection is going to be DSL. It's slower internet, but we don't need more than 10 megabytes upload. As long as it's working, which I think if the cable goes down, the glass fiber, then DSL might still be working. That's kind of my thought there, because they're two total different systems. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's gonna hopefully solve any future issues in Berlin. And then obviously when we travel, that's always a different question. But yeah, that's how it goes. SOS might be coming back. It kind of formed a bit of a double bottom, so let's quickly go to it. Cracking back above VWAP. Remember SOS, that Chinese medical care facility, 7 million float. Kind of weird. They join a renowned cryptocurrency security expert, joins the firm to spearhead an effort to expand the digital asset security industry. For a medical care facility company, I'm just a little bit confused with that catalyst, but it's moving the company, one of the top gainers on the day, so it's got to be something halfway credible in my eyes. But I don't know, it could just all be hype at this point. Alright, I will note that down. James says I should look for a router that can merge the two signals, DSL. And the glass cable. It's kind of interesting. I didn't even think about that. I'm a little bit worried that SOS is going to sell off again here. But price action on it is arguably still a little bit more interesting than NCTY. Both of them are having struggles right now at VWAP, so both lead gappers are very questionable at this current point. DDD looks like they're up on earnings. Am I reading that right here? Reports preliminary Q4. They just passed a really big zone here at 15. Definitely an area worth acknowledging. So they got some reverse splits on this ticker. Very nice breakout on this ticker. Would be buying near the highs on DD though. I'm like on the border right now of calling it a day. It's a little depressing, I'm not gonna lie. Watch FTFT again. Share size on FTFT was about 3,000. Harley says 40-second delay left. Don't leave. It's weird that it's actually catching up. I don't even know how that's even possible. Light volume here. This could be FTFT. Could be setting up a possible move. It's a bit dangerous right now because we're trending below VWAP. I mean the 9 EMA. This, in my eyes, has a higher chance of flushing. That's why I'm not really trying to trade this one. Although it could be a great setup if if it does end up holding. And then looking for that move back about to 2.8. Very light volume here, so that's a bit credible. See if we can go long 2.7. Yeah, it's doing kind of what I thought it would, but I'd be really nervous on a flush. The market today just isn't that interesting, so yeah, so it actually ended up doing kind of what we were thinking. Good 5-minute support there. Had a double bottom. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good trade. It actually ended up working out perfectly. 4%. It's definitely some big sellers though. At 78 just dumped. No, I'm not long Mara. Haven't touched it. Haven't touched really any of the crypto tickers. What's my thought on the 200 simple moving average? I like the moving averages. Like the simple, I usually use the 180-day simple moving average. It's the green line on my daily chart. I like to see that stocks are trending above it. Ideally on a breakout, that's what I like to see. Otherwise, it's a huge resistance zone. EQQS, I'm in 20 seconds of your stream. Right ahead and pass catch up. Q, nice. Everything looks good. Is Stream Deck for scalping small caps? That's a really interesting idea. SOS guys, look at that. This is kind of what I was. This is exactly the same setup that the other ticker was going through just now, FTFT, with this kind of 9 pullback area, 9 EMA kind of retest area. So that one This is exactly why I didn't want to trade it. This is the picture perfect example of, what happens when it doesn't work out. Where's FTFT hiding? Really good progress there on FTFT. Good to see that. Technically, it's breaking out right now. Yeah, so we had the right idea with FTFT. It just, it wasn't a great setup. What I should have maybe done is use small size on it just to like maybe take advantage of that. But I don't know. I think that was the only trade I really wanted to do on that one. I'm not super interested in it anymore. Unless it's really back above 3 and showing some big volume kind of coming back in. Somehow, FTFT is kind of one of the only few tickers that really is moving right now. So you also have to give it a little bit of credit. If FTFT, nobody was watching it, it probably would have not done this move here. But at the same time, there just wasn't a lot of other stuff going on. So that could be a big reason for it. NCTY is struggling. There's a lot of sell volume on this ticker. Let's quickly just scroll through the swing trades again here. Let's go to the charts, open, and then just kind of see how they're all performing here. ADT, we got BFT. We'll actually go here on the daily. BFT, kind of a bit of a sell, pulling back a little bit here today. GOEV is really kind of struggling in this area. We got to break above that 9 EMA, or else I wouldn't be surprised if it kept pulling back. HYLN, finally, going back closer to 17. That's been such a sell-off. IPOC getting a little bit shaky in this area, you got to admit. I'm not sure, if we're going to get some follow through on this one could keep selling off. So I'm a little bit nervous there on that. MCAC, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to take a little bit more time though, before this one, I feel like kind of, does a little bit more, what we're hoping for. It's just been a slow mover. So I hope that some of this one gets a little bit more attention at some point. MBAC, also very kind of sketchy here in this area. Could easily keep pulling back. Look, a lot of sell volume so far across the board on this one. SSPK is really the one holding us up right now with that huge move to the upside. So if we break 18 on SSPK and have another big green candle, I'll probably close this one and then look to buy it back. THBR, we were buying this one in the 12s, so this one's nicely continuing, but everything right now is kind of like in a kind of wishy-washy zone. Could easily keep selling off. Overall, there's not much to recap today because today was a very hectic day for trading personally for me, with the internet connection. FTFT, this is a silly one that I kind of gave some profits back on. Should have closed this one earlier. Could have been a good winner actually. CBAT, not a lot to say. This ticker was hot pre-market. I wasn't really trading pre-market. I was busy working on Trade Journal. So I didn't really get a lot of that action. And then, into the market open, this thing really sold off. We did get one nice really bounce. Wait, actually that wasn't CBAT, but yeah, I wasn't really looking at it. OGEN, this is the one I was just talking about, or thinking about. OGEN. I did a little bit of trading on OGEN pre-market, but I kept on giving back profits very unnecessarily. I felt like I really had a good flow on it, OGEN, but my execution was very bad. And then eventually I kind of got some of that execution back, did a nice little dip by there, and I made back on that one trade all of my pre-market losses on OGEN, so that was pretty cool. And then SOS, man, all these tickers today is really not that interesting. SOS, I was so focused on OGEN out of the gates, I missed this whole move to the upside. That sucks because this was clearly the best ticker on the day. And then after that, it hasn't been too interesting, and I don't know, to me it looks a little bit dead right now. And then if we just go over to the watch list for the tickers here. Wait, is this actually from today? No, this isn't even today's watch list trades. Let's go back here. Posts. 1 second. SOS Chinese Medical Care Facility, 7 million float. And they're kind of just diving into the crypto space here a little bit. So SOS, I was thinking, okay, well, I like, kind of what I'm seeing here, but this one was so thickly traded pre-market, I couldn't really focus either. And, if you missed this move out of the gates, it was pretty much done after that. So that was a bit unfortunate, but SOS, such clean moves. I mean, this was the winner stock out of the gates for sure. Big breakout to the upside. Healthy pullback, nice. Well, this was a bit of a fake out, but it actually ended up holding here on the fake out. That was actually quite impressive. I probably would have not traded that one, but then another big breakout here, small pullback volume. That's good to see, and then a good continuation with one last pullback before we, started having a lighter volume, and then that's when the ticker started selling off here. Here's a bit of a fake. So this fake out similar to this one right here, and I usually don't trade after fake outs. That's a good reason why. This sometimes, that first fake out early in the morning, I guess you can get a little bit more aggressive on it. But usually, after that first leg to the upside, you want to be very careful on fake outs because they are going to cost you. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate. Today and yesterday we had some big internet issues, and then I felt like I was giving back profits because I was kind of flailing around. I lost my focus a little bit. So I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm just like annoyed, I guess. It doesn't bother me that much, but at the same time, it's like, this is my job, and then, I just want the internet to work from between those exactly 2 to 4 hours, and or specifically on the stream 2 hours, and it's annoying when right there and then it goes down. So that's just sometimes the reality that we have to live with. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's see if you guys are mentioning anything. Stream buffering again. Yeah, it's really annoying. Hopefully then within a few days we'll have the DSL connection, and then if this happens we can switch over. But is that guaranteeing anything? It's definitely guaranteeing more phone calls with Vodafone, but I'm not sure if that's it's gonna wrap up anything else. Wow, insane constant progress here on DDD. I was thinking right here to buy near the highs would have actually been good. It didn't pull back that much lower, so that would have actually been a good trade. I still feel like I don't want to trade it anymore. FTFT, look at this one. Really gaining some momentum here again. Like what I'm seeing. Good continuation. I'm going to watch this one just a little bit here. I'm going to go to 2,000 size. Anything under 304 would be probably a buy in my eyes. Big buyers there at 305. Not sure if we're going to crack it. This could have been a fake out though. Let's see how it goes. Could easily rip back above, back to 3.2. Three 10 getting chipped. Long there too. I like the fact that it was getting chipped. good action here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more follow through. I'm going to close one, see if I can buy on a secondary setup. I didn't really like the fact that it was taking a while. I just kind of wanted to close it. What I like about FTFT is the fact that it went back above 3. At first, that was kind of like the big criterion for me. I was kind of like done with trading FTFT, but I was like, if it goes back above 3, I mean, we could see some really good activity on this one. Volume nicely coming up as well. Looks like I closed that one just a hair too soon. Could have maybe bought at a lower price, but this looks like it's going to rip above 320. Yeah, well, that's a little bit not the best trading on my end again. For 320 away, this looks good. This looks really healthy. Let's look at the next resistance zone. I would probably argue right around here, 335. If we can run through that, and there's a lot of resistance on this one. It doesn't really have open skies. So you do want to be a bit careful here. Nice, 325. Good crawl though. That's a 7% move. I wasn't really thinking that we were going to see an instant resolution like that. I was actually kind of prepared for a little bit more consolidation. This ticker has, pulled back quite a bit in the past. %there, 9% there. That was probably like one of the healthier moves on it. SOS is still technically in the game, kind of cracking back above 3.2. That's it. That was a critical spot for SOS. Nice crawl on FTFT. Really steady move. You'd almost have to look on FTFT on a larger time scale. So that was a 50% rally, and then it really pulled back around 16%. And then from the lows of that pullback, right now it's on a 30% rally. So technically, if we had a similar leg, it has around 15% still to go. It is really catching up on that quite quickly, though. I think what I did right was use small size on FTFT, and what I did wrong was I didn't average down. The whole reason I used small size is because it would have given me opportunity to go full size if I entered too early. So, I had the right idea. I just executed it wrong. It seems like I've been executing a lot of stuff wrong today. Would you rather sell a stock that was $1,000 profit on a 5% bounce or a $500 profit on a 10% bounce? Sounds like $1,000 profit on a 5% bounce. I like to take my profits early. Not sure if I answered that question right, but that's what makes sense to me. Take profits early. Watch out, we got Uber velocity saying Uber at all-time high. If it breaks the high, good to long-term run. Yeah, I mean, it could just be getting ready, right? Usually a break of resistance means some good continuation, so for sure. Healthy pullback here to 327. I'm not sure if we're going to break it on this move, this initial move. Let's see if we get here at 319. Let's see what happens. Sticker has great energy on the upside, and then it usually gets kind of nasty on the downside. Good bounce there. That was a strong bounce. Could run all the way, I would argue, to around 4. We do have this kind of toppy zone right where we're in right now, so that's a big question. Can we kind of break through this area and have a continuation? With FTFT, again, Chinese company, that 80 million market cap. And right now the company is around 100% up on the day. Most of it all came, after the market opened. This has that 23 million float. What else have we got here? Just a very kind of weird catalyst. A lot of these Chinese companies are just doing something with crypto related right now, just to kind of it just seems to take advantage of some of the hype. I don't know. I don't even know if I could properly justify the catalyst half the time. But yeah, they're a little bit all over the place, this company. A lot of people watching FTFT right now. This is the ticker I think most traders are watching at the moment. Makes me a little nervous about it at the same time. Wow, look at that move. 3-5. Back above. In charge. New high there. I mean, good to see that action. Wow, that was some big volume going through there on this ticker. We got upside to at least 4 at this point. $10.49. A little later in the day than I usually trade. Held this area very well. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to hold it so strongly. So you can kind of tell I'm a little bit more pessimistic on this ticker, but I do think we have at least room to run till 4. I usually trade a little bit quicker. See if we can get a quick pullback here into the 50s. Entered at 57 just now. Let's see if we can get some resolution. Looking for that last move, ideally above 3.7. There's definitely some decent buyers in here. $63, $62, definitely tried. Gonna give it one more attempt there. It's taking a little bit longer than one would have liked. Probably going to dip below 50 here. Get that one opportunity to average down. Just average down. Let's see if we can have any more possibility for some continuation here. Again, my original goal was that move ideally above 5.7 or 3.7. Just not seeing that fall through that I would have liked. I'm gonna give it one more chance here to break 5.6, but most likely I'll get out on that attempt. Yeah. Trying one more time. I think we could see that move above 5.6, 3.56. Yeah, it's struggling though. I mean, it is overextended. There we go. There's the sell-off. Yeah, so giving back my profits on this one. There we go. We're out of this trade. Gave back my profits today. A little bit unfortunate. Yes, it is what it is. I had to manage my risks. We had that opportunity to make some profits on this one. Now it's moving back up, and now I'm probably just gonna get some FOMO here. So painful. What I should have done is buy it, take profits, and then buy back. Such an obvious trade. Dang! That got me good. That was a good one. It's exactly what I wanted too. I don't want to FOMO into anything. It's doing exactly what I wanted. 8%. Oh well. I think I'll probably have to call it on that one. Darn, I'm going to have a little bit of FOMO the rest of the day. That's a bit unfortunate. It's tough because, what I did, everything was right, and then I was like, I gave it my 2 tries, like I said, And then, yeah, unfortunately that was over, you know. And then I had to manage my risk. This looks like a fake out right now. I'd be careful. And then I just had a kind of, you know, rapid, yeah, so at least you guys were able to see it live, so we could all learn from it together. I mean, like, what is there really to say about that one? That was an honest, you know, I should have probably wrapped up trading a while ago, because I've been like pre-market. I did pretty bad trading pre-market. I've been on the phone with my internet provider today. I was trying to type in my trades. A lot of stuff was kind of going wrong today. So when I was up, you know, I was up like 400 today at one point. I should have just been like, I don't think today's going to get any better than that. But then at the same time, like, you know, you can't just stop trading, because if you just always stop trading, then you'll never have those $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days, right? But usually when you have those $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days, you're in a good flow, right? You're a little bit more in sync. So today, you know, I wasn't in that flow, so I guess that's really where the problem comes in. Sharky's trying to do some philosophy over here. Yeah, Sharky, of course, percent is always more important, but I don't trade for home runs, so 5% base hit, it is that's so important. Unfortunate. We had like a pretty good moment here. I should have averaged down a little bit more and then looked for that last squeeze to the upside. You know, today the market was like, Alex, you're not in the right state of mind, and I got punished for it. So I was able to easily take that money away from me. So yeah, unfortunate stuff. I should send Vodafone the invoice for messing me up. No, I can't.